County. My name is John Witthauer. I am the AMLR instructor for this program. Today is another great day for Dakota County Technical College, Goodwill-Easter Seals, and Adult Basic Education, and these students. This is the second graduating class from the Automotive Maintenance and Light Repair. We started with 10 students, and we had 8 complete the program. And I'm glad to announce that we had 100% placement for the internships. We still have 2 that need to complete, so you know who you are, and I will be putting some pressure on to get those completed. 4 of those students that had internships were offered full-time jobs, so they are currently working full-time. 2 of my students have moved on to the 2-year AAS program here at Dakota County. And as a side note, we have 1 student from my first semester that is now enrolled in the Engine Performance Certificate here at Dakota County Technical College. The outlook for the rest looks really great. I think we'll be able to find jobs for all of you in due time with Roger's help, Roger Egan's help. Okay, there are many people here today that make this program possible. We have 3 guest speakers that I would like to introduce. We're going to have Ron Erickson, Interim Dean of Transportation and Industry from Dakota County Technical College, speak. Becky Brink from Goodwill-Easter Seals, and Eric Lynn from Adult Basic Education. And I want them to share some insight on the unique partnership that we have with this program. There is just a lot of moving pieces to this, and a lot of the students don't realize what goes on behind the scenes to make this happen. So I'd like to ask up Ron Erickson first.
This is really just my 3rd week on the job as the Interim Dean of Transportation and Industry, taking over from Chad, who went back to industry just this month. And I'm very happy to be inheriting this program. The more I get to know about it, the more excited I am about it. And I look forward to continued meetings with the representatives we have here today from Goodwill-Easter Seals to make sure that this program does nothing but grow and thrive long into the future. My comments to the graduates today are a little bit more personal, and I'll keep them very brief. But I want to share a little bit about who I am and a little bit about what this place, what Dakota County Technical College means to me. My favorite time of day, my favorite time or part of the workday here at Dakota is actually the thing I do first. When I park my car in the back 40, usually to the east of the campus, I try to park as far away as I can because it's good exercise for somebody like me at my age.
You're skinny, stop it.
Oh yeah, right. I like this man.
So is John.
He's the only one who's called me skinny in a long time. And I walk across campus, and the reason why it's my favorite time of day is because I'm always blown away by the fact, when I look around at the hundreds of cars that are already sitting there, okay? And I get here before 8 o'clock, but of course, a lot of the classes start a lot earlier than that. And I look around, and I'm constantly amazed at the fact that hundreds of people come here on a daily basis. They drag themselves out of bed in the dark, and this time of year certainly in the cold, and they come all the way here for the simple purpose and for the simple reason that they know they're not done yet, that they know there's something left to learn. Now, it's not just the grit that impresses me. It's not just the tenacity, which means the fact you never give up. You just keep coming. It's actually courage that inspires me the most. Because it's courageous. It's courageous what you did. It takes courage to admit that you're not finished yet. takes courage to admit that you're going to have to exert some effort, time and energy, and a little bit of pain to get here and to change your life. That's nothing short of valor. That's nothing short of being courageous. What's even more courageous, and it might have happened to one or more of you, is when the people who are closest to you, that you really need to support your decision to come here, may not be all that supportive. I grew up on a farm in northern Minnesota, into a poor family. My parents never finished 8th grade, and they couldn't afford to go to high school because at the time it was too far away from their home. But I enjoyed learning, and I enjoyed school. But you know what they told me when I talked about going to college? They told me to be very, very careful, because you could educate yourself right out of a job. In other words, there was such a thing in their minds as too much college. Well, I didn't listen to them. I loved my parents very much, but that was one thing I did not listen to. And I went to college for 12 years, after 12 years of high school and grade school. And I picked up 4 degrees along that way, and 4 children, and several loans. And the fact is that they were wrong. There's no such thing as educating yourself out of a job. And the only reason I'm standing here today is because I took all that time to get all those hours and hours of learning in. So that's my story, and it may be similar to yours. And I'd like to say I'm very, very proud of you, but I think that's for family and friends to say. I'd rather say I'm very, very proud to be in your company today and to be witness to your courage. Congratulations.
So, yes, I'm Becky. I'm with Goodwill-Easter Sales, and I have been working there for 10 years this March. Actually, I am from a farm up in northern Minnesota too, dairy farm. So I value hard work, and it is courageous, and it's not easy. There's always a payoff. Goodwill has been providing employment training and education services for almost 25 years. And really our goal is to make sure that we're providing a variety of different career pathways for individuals, that there's many chances for access into training, and even more important, that students have the ability and the supports around them to be able to complete and then find employment and career advance. And I'm really excited for you guys. The automotive career pathway is incredible. It's growing. I can't imagine what excitement and also probably a little anxiety about moving forward, but it's a great career pathway. One of the things that I'm reminded of is we have our name badge here at Goodwill, and the values are on here. And we always go about everything we do, whether it's a partnership like this or services that we're delivering, we try to follow the values. So relationships, contribution, continuous improvement, communication, accountability, and celebration. And I just have to say that this partnership and this program speaks to all of our values, and I'm so proud of that. And we were asked to maybe speak a little bit behind the scenes. We've been a partner, Goodwill has been a partner with Dakota County Technical College, Adult Basic Ed, the Dakota County Workforce and Investment Board for many years. But the career pathway around transportation is probably new in the last couple of years. And I remember the very first meeting that we had to sit around and talk about, well, what are we going to offer for career pathways for automotive? What's going to be different? Because we knew that we wanted to make sure that at the end of the day, the students have access, that they are able to complete successfully, find employment, and advance in a supportive environment. So I just remember that day thinking, whether it was ABE, Dakota County Technical College, or Goodwill, And all the employers that are involved too, that was incredible. The college really brought these amazing employers to the table too. But I remember that first day, or that first meeting, thinking, and reflecting on it even later, no one brought their personal agenda to that meeting. No one said it has to be this way. Everyone brought what they thought they could contribute to the partnership. And at the end of the day, it was always about you guys. It was always about the students. How can we do things different? How can we do business different and collaborate together so that at the end of the day, students are able to really see a career pathway that's going to be viable. And I think we accomplished that. So I'm just really proud of the partnership. I'm really excited about continuing the partnership. I think we've only just really begun in this career pathway. And so thanks for taking a chance on us and the program. And congratulations.
So my name is Eric Lind. I'm the program manager for Adult Basic Education, or ABE, with the Rosemount-Apple Valley-Eagan School District. I'm excited and proud to be in partnership with DCTC and Goodwill-Easter sales, because it's a really successful and unique partnership and unique type of originally fast-track program, now Pathways to Prosperity grant, and it's unique in this state and maybe even further beyond. I want to briefly describe ABE's role in this partnership. The mission of Adult Basic Education in Minnesota is to provide adults with educational opportunities to acquire and improve their literacy skills necessary to become self-sufficient and to participate effectively as productive workers, family members, and citizens. In recent years, there's been an increased focus on helping students advance in their career pathways with preparation and support for post-secondary education and or trainings. And this AMLR program fits perfectly with that goal. AB's role is to provide the academic skills instruction in a co-instructional model. Our teacher, Mary Elsenheimer, will co-instructs with John Witthauer in 4 courses: in the Intro or Bridge to AMLR, the Brakes course, Basic Electrical, and Engine Electrical Systems. So what happens is Mary teaches the reading, writing, math, and language skills that are needed to successfully complete the program, while John teaches all the automotive repair and all the hands-on things that you need. They make a great team, and they work hard to integrate their instruction in the classes. What's great about this integrated, or sometimes called just-in-time instructional model, is that the students learn the academic skills at the time and in the context that they actually need the skills for their area of study. So for example, Mary will teach a lesson on decimals, and then soon after will follow, John will do a lesson on micrometers, and they see how that fits together at the time. So rather than doing a semester on math and then a semester on reading and then going it, you're learning those skills in the actual courses that you're taking. The success is evident by the exceptionally high success rate that the students are in their completion and also their getting jobs afterwards. So to wrap up, I want to thank John and Mary for your dedication to the students and our programs. You two are what really makes this happen. And also Roger Egan, who we have to know a little bit too, for his navigational skills to make sure that all the students figure out how this fits into their schedule and that they're here in time and finding and connecting to the employers and all that. Thanks. And also, finally, thanks to DCTC and Goodwill-Easter for bringing us in on this partnership. I think it's a great program. And then finally, congratulations to all of you for your hard work in completing this program, and I just wish you the best in your future automotive careers.
Some of the students out at workforce centers who are trying to figure out, do they want to look for work right away? Do they want to get education? As well as some of the students that are coming through the school, the front door, learning about this program and the campus visits and stuff. So I get to meet with the students kind of beforehand, figure out if this is going to be a good visit for them, help them understand all the roles and everything else, what are some of the advantages to it, and what it could look like after they do the semester course and everything. And then during that time, I do get to keep following up with the students, making sure that they are showing up to class in time. So John and Mary are able just to focus on the academic piece of it, as well as helping them with whatever barrier that might be coming up in life. We all know life happens while we're at school, whether you're 20 years old or you're 40 years old and coming back for a career change. There are things outside of it. And so my role is to basically help sit there with the students so they can look at what their goals are, look at what's going on, and kind of talk it out, discuss it out so that they can be successful in what they want to do. And then afterwards, I get to continue following up with the students until they feel comfortable with their career path on whatever they're wanting to do. So we got students that are moving in that 2-year program. We can continue following up with them on that. We got students that decided to go into a different industry but still go for the second degree, and we can continue following up with them. And then the students that are currently working, we can follow up. That way they can sit there, talk with me, bounce off any ideas about what's going on. And then once they feel secure and stable in their position and everything else at work, then we can sit down and discuss what they want to do, whether they're comfortable and they want to move on, they don't need the supports, or if that's the time they want to come back to school, such as John alluded earlier, where we had a student that graduated last year that came back this year. So we'll support them kind of all the way through. We get to kind of sit there and see all that stuff. Some I get to visit a little more often than others.
Oh, look at me. I do not.
So, but yeah, with that being said, you know, guys, just keep moving, just keep going towards your goals. You all know what you want to do. Keep in touch. You can always contact John and Mary too. You know, some of you I'll be following up with while we're doing the job search. I got a couple students that are interested in looking at school for the fall. So just keep going on with that. All right, congrats again, guys.
I also want to thank Roger and John for being great to work with. I think we make a great team. So. And then family and friends, I'm glad you're here. I can see the pride on all of your faces. It's well deserved. Graduates, congratulations, you made it.
No, right.
It's a good thing.
Oh, okay.
Okay. So over the past 6 months, you learned the skills required to be an auto technician. Okay? You also probably did some things you might not have wanted to do, like math, or some of the electrical things.
Roger.
Okay? And some days, show up for class.
Hey.
But you did them anyway, okay? And realized by doing these things, there would be a payoff. And the payoff is more than the recognition and certificate that you'll receive today. It's also the confidence in your own ability to pull through and get the job done. Think of this certificate not as the end of your journey, but as a significant milestone as you continue on your path and feel confident that you can achieve your next goals. As you move forward, continue to commit yourself to the things that will somehow better yourself and feel confident about the goals that you wrote in class and shared with us.
Oh, great.
Okay, that you can achieve those goals. Well, thank you for keeping my time with you very interesting and enjoyable. Okay. It's been a privilege to work with all of you. I mean that. Remember what you accomplished here and the self-discipline that got you here. Continue to focus on your goals, work hard, and believe in yourselves.
For me, has been able to get to know all of you and just to be a part of your lives for that short period of time, and seeing how you've grown and how you're taking on some new challenges that you probably wouldn't do on your own. It's been great watching you get more comfortable with each other, watching you gain more confidence with the equipment that we're using. I know there was some apprehension about maybe lighting a torch or setting that car on the hoist for the first time. It can be nerve-wracking, but by the time we were done or close to the end of the class, you guys were doing those things without even really thinking about it. And that's what is the best part for me, is that you gain that confidence, and I can see you growing as you learn. The one thing I like this class to remember is the effort you put into the class is the effort you got out of it. And you need to think about that as you move forward in your careers. It's the same. The effort that you guys put into your career is the effort that you are going to get out of it. If you don't put anything into the bucket, there's nothing for you to draw on when you need it. So you need to put that effort in continually throughout your whole life, not only in your careers, but in your life itself. I think that's good advice for all people. Just remember that your training is not over. Your training has just begun. We have a saying in this industry, and the saying is lifelong learning. And we talked about that. This industry is ever changing and ever growing, and it's hard for technicians to keep up with this changing industry. New things are coming out all the time. You need to stay current and you need to stay trained. So I encourage you to remember, this field requires you to lifelong learn. You need to stay learning, okay? To be successful, you must continue to learn new products, new systems, and new car lines, and continue your training. That's lifelong learning. Okay. I want to leave you with 4 things, and I said this for the last class too, is remember that when you start a new job, it does take time to get comfortable in that new job. That is totally normal. I want to encourage you to be patient and be willing to learn and never say no. Always be willing to take that new job on. Always be willing to try to learn that new procedure. It'll only help you in the long run. Second of all, I'd like you to remember that it's not about the speed. Everyone wants to do the job so fast. It really is not about the speed. It's about the quality of your work. That's what counts for that car going out of the building. We want to make sure that the car is fixed properly. And every customer, every person would feel a lot better waiting another half hour to an hour to know that their car is going to be safe and it's fixed correctly. So remember, it's not about how fast you do the job, it's how well you do the job. Quality. Be honest, be fair, do quality work, and I promise the speed will come. Okay? Number 3, remember to ask questions. If you don't know how to do something at the job, do your research. I've taught you how to look up procedures in the manual. Look it up. Try to figure it out yourself. When you're still lost, ask questions. Don't be afraid to ask for help. Your employer will appreciate it, and that customer will appreciate it because he knows he's getting the car fixed properly. And number 4, remember shop safety. It's really up to you to remember that shop safety. No one else will look out for you. It's sad to say, but that's true. When the guy next to you doesn't have that exhaust hose on and he's running the car, go tap him on the shoulder and say, put an exhaust hose on it.
If you can make it over there.
You can make it. If he's running an air hammer and it's really loud, put some earplugs on. That's the mistake I made, and I'm suffering today because of it with some hearing loss. So take care of yourself. No one else is really going to look out for you. Please remember your safety